Woo! LGC in the house tonight.
What's that sound?
Incredible.
That's our intro, baby. We back.
And it's 2017. Haven't we gotten one in 2017 yet?
I don't think so.
Or is this the first?
I don't know, but I'm just going to say anyways. New year, not really new us. But
it might as well be.
Are a few new things on deck tonight.
And Pat, that's very serendipitous of you. You know what? I
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
Man, it's like not even 30 seconds into the show. That's my phrase.
I know. I wish I could take it back.
You know what? I'm going to come up with a new word this year.
I'm sorry.
No. I want you to keep it. You like it, and I'm glad you like it. You put that in your pocket, and you use it this year, because I'm coming up with a new word this year.
Okay.
And it's going to be told to you later.
I feel bad that I stole your word, and I'm really sorry.
I don't want you to feel bad, because I'm glad you like it. And we're not going to start this way. It's very serendipitous that...
Okay. You know what? I'm very excited that we're getting into new things. Speaking of new things, we have a special guest. Our title sponsor, Mr. Drake Maret, in the house.
Crack.
Incredible.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
Hi, Drake.
Drake, welcome.
Welcome to the show. Our first live guest of 2017, and maybe
You
really ever.
You really are the first live guest that we've actually asked to be on the show.
That's the right way to put it.
Because we've had people pop in, my brother and his fiance.
Yeah.
We're on the show. They were on the show.
They popped in after a wedding one night.
It was like 12:30 in the morning. We were done. They were drunk.
Yeah.
But
I just want the listeners to know these guys aren't messing around. They do not have their pants on, and it took me a minute to do it. I hesitated, but mine are off now too.
Absolutely.
If I may tell a real quick story, when we were getting set up, it's January 27th, and Drake, you had white, like, are those Dickies? Chubbies. Excuse me. Okay, he had white chubbies on. All right, and they were shorts, and I honestly thought that they were his boxers. And so while Jim was pouring a drink in the kitchen, I just start talking to Drake about my job and my week, and I just take my pants off. I don't learn until 5 minutes later that Drake actually was just wearing those shorts.
Right.
We got him in his boxers. It's all good.
It's all good.
He's super comfortable.
You guys do it so casually. He's just like, yeah, well, I'm going to dress, and while we're talking.
I was just talking. I was like, oh, yeah, then I had this event this week, and
you took your pants off while you were doing that.
yeah, I thought that he was already in his, but the great thing about Drake Maret is that, as he mentioned, we've met twice, and it's like, well, whatever. This dude's just going to take his pants off in front of me, and that's what a title sponsor's all about.
You're right.
They take care of the people.
You know what? In my mind, there's a top 3 of St. Louis realtors. We know 2 of them. I don't even want to give them their names because one of them is the and one of them is Schmandy Schmandigan. And so, in my opinion, right here on Let's Get Comfortable, we got the number 1.
Woo.
The number 1 realtor in St. Louis.
That's high praise, boys.
Drake Maret of the home selling team. Drake, we got plenty of commercials that are going to be coming out. You did a great job earlier today, but quickly give the listeners a little info about yourself. Where'd you grow up? What do you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you can help the folks of Let's Get Comfortable.
Well, thank you guys. First of all, I'm just happy to be here. It's just good energy. It smells good, and I feel good.
Yeah,
it's that candle going. Right?
It's that candle for sure.
Shout out to Fresh Shave by Manly Indulgence.
Yeah, shout out to Logan Heavner because that was a Secret Santa gift that they gave me.
It smells fantastic. That's the first thing I noticed when I came in here. So obviously we're getting into the spring season, and a lot of people are going to be looking to buy their first home in 2017. If you're looking for a real estate agent that's not going to be salesy and high pressure, I really don't sell homes. What I do is I'm going to educate you and teach you about what goes into it and the timeline and the process, and we're going to find the perfect home for you.
Absolutely.
That's really what it is. I mean, it doesn't matter if it takes us. We might find one right away. We might take 6 months, but we're going to find the perfect place.
Absolutely, and I'm coming from personal experience.
Absolutely.
I knew Drake beforehand, but I also didn't really know Drake beforehand. But I'll tell you what, the one thing that I came away with after the first time Colleen and I got involved with Drake looking for homes, we felt comfortable.
Love that.
With Drake. And if there's one thing about this show, it's about being comfortable. And
Absolutely.
Could have been more happy to do with Drake. Couldn't be happier to have him as a title sponsor right here on Let's Get Comfortable, the Drake Maret Home Selling Team.
Absolutely, guys. So we're excited for you guys to hear the commercials we did. And, if you're looking to get a hold of us, it's 314-517-5565. And you can go to drakemaret.com or stlrealtor.com.
Perfect. Can they shoot you an email, Drake?
Absolutely. drakemaret@kw.com. That's DRAKEMARET at KW.com.
Boom. Right there. Now.
I have one follow-up question.
Oh, here he comes.
And this is pretty important, I think, to not only the city, but many people in our country. Mm-hmm. Drake Maret of the Drake Maret Home Selling Team. Mm-hmm. Our title sponsor, my good friend. ¿Se habla español?
Sí, habla español perfecto. And first of all, gracias for the question.
That is absolutely perfect.
De nada.
That is absolutely perfect. Well,
I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
I'm thirsty excited.
First of all, no disrespect, we still love the Slider House.
We do.
Which is also a great sponsor of ours.
Big cans.
Small buns.
Small buns.
Which, I like big buns, and I cannot lie.
I know.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But,
that's for a different
You're
day.
right, a different show.
Yeah.
But, as we always do, Pat, why don't we get into our
Drinks of the show.
So,
I don't know who goes first.
I want you to go first.
Okay, Jim, I did something new this time. I've never done this before.
Okay.
I have 2 drinks.
And Drake's involved too, right?
He's involved with the second one.
You're right.
And that's because, as I had mentioned, this was given to me. Mm-hmm. And I was actually admittedly only given 2 of them. I'd be happy to let you try it.
Oh, sure. Drake, are you excited to be involved with Drink of the Show?
Sí, señor.
If you could just stay. Drake Mayer, our Spanish speaking. He speaks no English.
I'm just a translator for.
Yes.
So about a month ago, not even that, it was around the holidays, Jimmy B and I were up at our local watering hole in Creve Coeur, known as The Hive. And if you haven't heard of it, you're not really a St. Louisan.
Yeah.
And we're there with our good DeSmet Jesuit friends, Joe Jennings, Andy Reesmeyer. I don't remember if Greg was there. He probably wasn't. Bill was there, I believe.
Yep.
Bill was there. And more to come on him later. And, I'm in the parking lot, and only a good friend like Andy Reesmeyer, who is one of our top listeners of the show, and is so critical of every damn drink we have on this show, pulls me aside outside the Hive, and it's like, come over to my car, I have something for you.
Oh, boy.
And pulls out this Schnucks grocery bag of drinks, and he's like, you and Jim have to drink these on the next time you're on the show, and call me. Well, I texted him. I told him that we had the opportunity tonight. He's at a fundraiser tonight.
Yep.
Couldn't make it, but said, go for it. So
Good.
You know where this is going, my friend.
I know where we're going.
You know what we're doing.
And this is very exciting for me because we're breaking a rule.
We're breaking the rule, but
it's totally worth it. It's for Beers for Billy.
It's for Beers for Billy, and this is also for the guest. This is for a guest listener who made a request.
You're right.
And so this is a special beer.
This is the
It's a handful.
Mother's Brewing Company. Tell them about it. It's your drink, Pat.
This was established in 2011. The Mother's Brewing Company. Home is where the hop is. Food pairings are steak, ice cream, cupcakes, and eggs and bacon. This is the Winter Grind Coffee Stout. It's brewed with love, and it's made in Springfield, Missouri.
Wow. Best served with the Saturday morning crossword puzzle when refueling at the after party, while chowing down on a midnight pancakes, or simply on its own for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Government warning. According to Surgeon General, women should not drink. Never mind. So here we go.
This is impressive.
I'm gonna open this baby up.
It's a Mother's Brewing Company coffee stout winter grind. Where are they from, Pat?
Springfield Mo, baby.
Absolutely.
The mothership. I don't know why I said that. This is also, I'm just going to say it, serendipitous, because Joe Jennings, who is our last guest on the show, talked about, and this is why we got to this point. He asked us, like, where do you draw the line on craft beers? Where's the furthest you'll go? And I said, I think coffee stout is probably the furthest I'd go. I didn't really mean that I wanted to drink a bunch of coffee stouts, but Andy insists this is a good one. So without further ado,
do you think we're going to get caffeinated from this?
I'd never know. Actually, that's a great question with these things.
Because I could use a little pick-me-up.
I sure could too.
Well,
you know, I mean, Drake brings a new energy into the
you're
room.
right. He's already energized. Look at him. He's got his tongue out. He's shaking his head.
Yeah,
oh, my
and
goodness.
he's rolling his eyes up in a manic way.
Yeah, it's like The Undertaker.
He's like, I want to sell so many houses in
Yes.
Spanish.
Yes. Now, I just poured Drake a little bit. He's in on this drink of the show, this coffee stout.
Oh, God, he's gagging.
You ready for this?
Oh, we always
I was
cheers,
trying to do the
too.
Undertaker
We have the
jokes.
Mother's Brewing Company coffee stout.
Let's get it.
Thank you, Andy Reesmeyer.
Thank you, Andy.
Whoa.
Coffee, baby.
That is a coffee beer.
I like it, and I'm not just saying that.
I
Sometimes,
like it too.
Sometimes you take a drink of a coffee stout and you're like, oh, I like that, and then you're like, oh God, it tastes like coffee grounds all over the back of my throat,
Wow.
like burnt coffee grounds. This is clean, folks.
Pat, I swear I'd never lie to you. This is fantastic. Thank you, Andy Reesmeyer. Holy crap, this is good.
You're being honest, then.
I'm being 100% honest.
To be honest.
You know what? To be honest with you, this is fantastic. And for the folks, this is going to be the beginning segment of the show. Drake, tell the folks about the new segment that we brought onto the show tonight called To Be Honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought the beer was a little bit much. But I feel a little more awake now. I think I just got a jolt of caffeine.
Do you think you did?
Well, I mean, it's made with coffee, so it's not, crazy to think.
It's 6% alcohol, too.
Fantastic.
Wow. Well, Drake, as per drink of the show custom, we have to chug these, unfortunately.
Love that.
This would not be a beer I would choose to chug, yeah.
But
it's what we do.
And we'll do it for Andy.
love that.
We'll do it for Andy, and we'll do it for Bill. So, cheers. Oh, boy. Just chugging coffee.
Oh, it's cold, man. I had these in my car all day.
Went up my nose.
Oh, dude, your nose is going to wake up.
Wow. Let me know if you get a good burp in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you feel better, though, about getting that done with, Drake?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh. What is the worst beer that you have had, Drake, in your life?
That's an excellent question. There's a beer from Walgreens called Big Flats. Have you ever heard of this?
100% I've had Big Flats.
I think it's like $4 for a 12-pack.
$3.99, 100%.
There's no way they're making a profit on it.
Silver can.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got the Oregon Trail cart on it.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's literally terrible.
You can't even play like a drinking game with it. It'll ruin your time.
Yeah.
You'll have a bad time.
Pat, do you have a terrible, terrible drink?
I got one off the top of my head, but to be honest, Jim,
Sure.
I don't want to insult you, but last Saturday I was at Nate Gilbert's birthday housewarming party.
Sure.
You were out for your grandmother's
90th birthday. Shout out to my grandma turning 90.
Fantastic woman.
Yeah.
90 years young.
Yep.
And out of the garage walked, it was either Nate or Brian McLean or Dan Erlinger. A big bottle of beer that was pink with a purple gorilla on it.
Oh boy, the old Rogue.
The Rogue grape flavored
Oh no,
beer.
no.
And they're like,
Voodoo Donut.
thank you. And they're like, oh, I'm trying this. Do you want to try some? Like, thanks, but no thanks. We
Yeah.
tried that on Let's Get Comfortable. That was one of my least favorites.
Yeah. Well, I could
There
tell.
it was.
Oh, wow. That was.
That was a late kick.
Well, I can tell you right now that
Sorry, Drake.
No. I'm proud of you.
hands down the worst quote-unquote beer or beverage or drink that's ever touched these lips was the Bud Light Clamato that
I gave you.
Pat decided to bring in one day.
That was hardly a beer.
It was awful.
It was
and
pretty
I
bad.
enjoy a good Bloody Mary now. I'm a Bloody Mary convert. I like them. I really enjoy them now.
What did you did something to it? You put like vodka in it or something to turn it into a bloody.
I was like, go ahead, Drake.
Well, they're not that bad. What was so bad about this particular? You like Bloody Marys?
But if you drink the it's just like literally, it's clam juice,
Bud Light.
tomato juice, and Bud Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
It's a
if that's-
weird
It
combination.
was awful. So I tried to like maybe add like certain things to make
Yeah.
it more Bloody Mary
because
ish.
we have to chug them. Oh, and by the way, I got us the tall boys.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was-
I
it
was
was
just being
awful.
I was just being a dick that night.
It was awful.
I knew what we were getting into.
But shout out to Walker's
Yeah. Oh,
Bloody Mary mix.
The Nashville.
Because in Nashville, they only sell it in Nashville. Absolutely insanely awesome Bloody Mary mix.
and where can you get that in St. Louis, Jim?
The Slider House.
Big cans.
Small Buns in Rock Hill off Manchester and McKnight.
It's right there in the corner. And
Now this is perfect. I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
This is perfect because I'm gonna bring out my drink and it's gonna cleanse our palates.
I could use that right now because I just feel like I chewed on coffee beans. Good
Now-
coffee beans.
The deal with my drink is that Pat and I generally buy our drinks from Schnucks right at the street. They have a great selection, but over the course of a year and a half, we've run through that whole fucking thing.
I was struggling tonight.
Really struggling.
I've wanted to ask, like, where you guys must like have to go deep into the archives now to like.
To be honest,
I
like,
think-
Chinook should be a title sponsor because we have been supporting them.
You're right.
Like
Every show.
every show.
Every single show.
And we've done like 400 shows, so that's a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Or 14. But
Whatever, who's counting?
To be honest, I heard you guys were making your own hooch.
to be honest, I'm not sure what hooch means.
You've never heard anybody say that?
No.
Is that drugs? Because we are making Let's Get Comfortable drugs, synthetic drugs.
No, it's just alcohol. Like I'm making my own hooch.
Like moonshine. There you go. There you go.
I do have an unused beer maker in my apartment, like one of those homegrown things, and I think that I mean,
Baby, I'm just so homegrown.
We
Who
should
sings
make-
it? Who sings it?
Tony
Nope.
Godfrey,
Tony Godfrey. What a shout out.
Tim McGraw. I don't know.
Darius Rucker. Hootie. Let's go. Anyway, continue.
What if we, just an idea, throwing it out there on the air right now. I'm curious if you guys would be curious in trying to make some Let's Get Comfortable homegrown beer in 2017. New Year's resolution.
Would love to. Would love to get our Drake Maret home selling team involved also.
Yeah.
How do you feel about brewing beer?
Absolutely, we'd love to fund that for you guys.
Yes. The kit's already been purchased.
So we got the kit. We're good.
But if there's any other needs, like filtered water.
Well, you're gonna have to eat at some point.
Oh,
By
there
the
it
way,
is. There it is.
I want the record to show that anyone, I shouldn't say anyone, can advertise on this show, but there is no financial investment involved in having an advertisement on this show. We prefer to have pizza or alcoholic beverages. We are paid in food and beverage, and that's how we prefer to have our sponsors. And you know what, Pat? When this show goes global,
GLOBAL global. I spelled that right? Yeah, okay.
people are going to know that we started off giving our sponsors food and beverage.
FMB.
That's all we need.
Maybe-
I would love to share a food and some beverage with a sponsor, then them cut me a check and say, here you go.